So, should you get an Homage watch or not? Welcome back, my little subscribers. This is a different video. Usually I talk about videography, cameras, photography, music. Today we're talking about watches. For those of you who don't know, Homage watches are very popular. They're everywhere, and you might not even know you have an Homage watch. For those of us that are a little bit more watch nerds or fanatics, addicts, an Homage watch is sort of a watch model to replicate a design that other companies make that are much more expensive, that have precious metals, that are harder to attain. So these are usually tributes to a timeless design, making it more affordable for everyone to enjoy that design. The difference between an Homage watch and a counterfeit is that you will not see the brand name on the Homage watch. You'll see a different name, and so they have their own company. You won't have the official luxury brand that will cost you a lot of money, and you'll avoid, sometimes people don't want to have those big brand names anyway, because like me, you'll use them among your collection of luxury watches or more expensive watches. You'll treat them the same, and you'll use different ones throughout your week, throughout the month. I mean, it's all in enjoyment, and you really don't hate them, you know? Many people like me will use them among their other collection, other watches that you use throughout the week, and it's not a big deal. It's a watch, you want to enjoy it, you like the design, you use it. It's not about others criticizing you. So I have 5 points for those of you who are thinking about Homage watches, or those of you who are confused about the criticisms on them and people that hate them, watch snobs as you know them as. So let's go through them. Quick 5. First, an Homage is an easy way to get access on a budget to a design that is very famous, very popular, with some minor sacrifices. One of them being it won't have the brand name. The other, we won't be talking about the same materials or talking about the same quality of movements or heritage or the prestige that comes with brands. Second, there are many ranges of Homage watches, and we're talking about you can get something with a super low budget which has lower quality materials. You can go to the other end where we're talking about higher tier movements, better quality materials, even sapphire crystals. That means you can enjoy an Homage watch for as low as $20. You can enjoy one up to $100, $200, you name it. We've got all the range of prices, materials. There's everything you can imagine available to you. Third, this is a great way to get a watch that a watch design that you're thinking of getting from the official brand, but you don't want to yet drop the money on it, you know, because you haven't tried it, you don't know what the experience is like. You want to use something on the long run. This is the method I call the test drive. As a test drive, you can use an Homage watch that looks very similar to the one that you want in terms of proportion, case size, bracelets, fits and looks. The colors, the movements are very similar sometimes. You can use this Homage watch for months or a few weeks, depending on what you're doing. Spend a little bit of money just to try that out, wear it for a while, and then really decide if it's worth you spending that money on that bigger brand name for that design. This is my favorite way to use Homage watches. Fourth point, second favorite reason to use Homage watches is vintage designs. There are many designs from the 50s or even earlier that are amazing, and they look so great, so timeless and classic that to buy a vintage watch these days is a big risk, because you're going to spend a lot of money. They many times require a lot of maintenance. They may be damaged. There are some things that you can't get rid of. It's a vintage watch. It's had years of use. You just can't get around it. And so getting an Homage watch is a great way to get a vintage design with modern reliability, meaning a modern movement with steel from today, not 50 years ago, that will last you a pretty good time and is going to cost you a lot less, and you can enjoy that watch just as you would enjoy that vintage. Again, if you're a collector, this won't matter to you because you'll spend your money on collecting, so it's not a big deal. But for those of you who want to enjoy something classic but don't collect, don't want to spend that huge amount of money, an Homage watch is perfect, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a cheap brand. There are many brands across all tiers that have a watch that remembers the old days, the old school designs, and you can enjoy it from any brand that you want. You can find those vintage designs, and those count as Homage watches. Finally, let's be honest, watches can be ridiculously expensive. It's just like an accessory, like buying a purse, buying wallets, belts, clothes. This is just another accessory today because time telling is so easy today. Yes, you look at it for the time, but it is an accessory, and sometimes it can be an excess to spend so much money on these things. So you may not have access to all of these watches that you dream of having unless you're a millionaire or really, really successful, you're pushing hard. Congrats to you. But many people aren't there. There are a lot of competing needs on your budget, and you still want to enjoy something nice. Everyone should have access to a nice quality watch to enjoy and just feel good wearing it. So an Homage watch gives you the ability to enjoy that design with decent quality, not be ashamed of wearing it, just enjoy it, and maybe work your way to get one of those big brands one day. If not, you just keep enjoying it, and it's not a big deal. You haven't spent a lot of money on it. Another option is you can get, let's say you did buy that really expensive watch, but there's so many watches out there, you can't buy them all. Let's be honest. Not from the real brands. That would be ridiculous amount of money thrown out the window. So you buy Homage watches for all the other designs that you didn't get. Everyone's happy. You get all the watches you wanted, and your wife won't beat you. Finally, this is all part of that last point that I wanted to make. A lot of people use them as beater watches, and it sounds stupid, but you basically buy an expensive watch and then you get one that looks pretty close to it so that you can wear that one when you're not comfortable wearing the expensive one, whether it be to the gym, for a run, to the store, anything that's not an occasion that you think you would wear your actual nice watch. You can wear this alternative one that's still nice. It reminds you of the one you love. Sounds pretty dumb. It's good quality, and you don't mind dinging it, slamming it against the door by accident, dropping it. It's not a big deal because it didn't cost you as much. So thanks for watching. That was a really long video on Homages, but I think it's important because a lot of people are looking at watches all the time, and I know I'm a fan, and so I'll try to bring more of these videos because this is another passion of mine amongst all my other random videos. I'm like all over the place now. I don't think YouTube knows what my channel is about. Thanks for watching.